What is going on, everybody? Zyonik here, and in today's video we are jumping into our first set of Master League battles for Go Battle League. Now, the Ultra League was a lot of fun, and if I'm being honest, I'm not looking forward to Master League. Even though I am a content creator for Pokemon Go PvP, Master League is probably my weakest link. I only have 5 or 6 viable Pokemon for Master League that I have ready, and they don't have the names Dialga or Giratina. So just letting you guys know that we're going to be doing our best here to try to get as many wins as we can with the Pokemon that we have. But my suggestion to you, if you're coming into Master League pretty fresh and you have a lot of resources and you're looking to invest in Pokemon, Dialga, Giratina Origin, Giratina Altered, Metagross, Melmetal, Pokemon also like Kyogre and Snorlax are going to do really well. And I really wish I had Dialga and Giratinas. That's probably the one thing I wish I had. Now I do have Melmetal and Metagross, which I honestly really love, and it works out pretty well with my Dragonite on the lead. This team does okay, but it's also time to learn how to play this matchup basically. Because the Master League is different than Great League and Ultra League. There's a lot more damage that you can soak. There's a lot more moves are going to be hitting different amounts of health. It's completely different, and it's very meta dense. So the spiciest picks out there really aren't going to perform as well as going for the pure meta Pokemon. But as we see right here, we locked ourselves in with Melmetal against Togekiss. Melmetal is going to be fantastic at taking down those Charmers, which is basically going to be Togekiss. And then we have Giratina Altered here at the end. So this is going to be rough because we have Metagross in the back, and Giratina Altered is a good counter to Metagross if they have Shadow Sneak. That's the thing, is they need Shadow Sneak to be able to take down my Metagross. And what I'm noticing is they're using Dragon Claws on my Melmetal right now. Dragon Claws are going to be resisted. I thought it was going to be Shadow Sneak, but it's Dragon Claw, so I'm like, okay, maybe he shield baited me. And this is going to be Shadow Sneak, because if it's Shadow Sneak, it's basically over. Metagross is going to be taking super effective damage, but he keeps doing Dragon Claws, which tells me he probably only has one charge move, or he's running with Ancient Power. That could be the thing. Now we do get the final shield, which is going to be perfect for us. We come into Metagross, and I'm very happy with staying in this fight basically because I'm guessing he doesn't have Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak would destroy us, and I should technically be losing this match because my opponent should have Shadow Sneak, but not everyone is going to have access to the candy or dust to be able to unlock second charge moves on those legendaries. So we're going to farm a little bit of energy. Now he is going to actually get to another Dragon Claw here. So this is going to come down to the wire against Snorlax. What I basically need to do is be able to get off 2 Meteor Mashes. This one to take out the Giratina Altered, and then the next one to finish off the Snorlax that's going to be coming in. So we are barely going to get to it because Lick is doing super effective damage because of our Psychic typing. So that is going to be a good first game. Really close one right there. But I definitely think I should have lost that if they had Shadow Sneak. It was over if they had Shadow Sneak, which is why Giratinas are just so strong. Now we're moving into Game 2 here. And Game 2, I didn't realize my opponent wasn't doing damage. I was just spamming so quickly. But my opponent does end up winning anyways. So it's perfectly fine. Now we land a great lead. But the thing is this is going to showcase why Dialga is so strong. So we land a good lead, Dragonite versus Garchomp here. Now we're going to go ahead and go for Dragon Claw. And they aren't going to shield, actually. They're just going to let it go through. And they're just going to use that Mud Shot high energy gain to get off an Outrage right here. So I have to shield. Outrage would basically one-shot me. And I'm feeling pretty good, but the thing is I'm down a shield. And in Master League, if you're down a shield, things like Dialga are going to run through your team. So I'm building up, trying to go for Draco Meteor here. The Draco Meteor is going to be doing pretty heavy neutral damage if it goes unshielded, but I really want to get that shield. And we do get the shield. Okay, this is good for us. And this is where I was saying I wasn't paying attention because I was just clicking so fast. And then I realized I'm like, he wasn't doing any Dragon Breaths. I don't know if that was lag or he purposely stopped so I could get him lower. I don't know, because he just stopped out of nowhere. So I'm guessing that was lag, but he is going to end up winning this battle. So we have a charge move coming through here. Draco Meteor would hurt a lot, and I think I do a misplay and don't shield that. I could have used that energy or used that health because as you guys see, he has a Kyogre, and Metagross and Melmetal are both going to be pretty weak to Kyogre, and we can't really hit back. So I'm just going to swap into Metagross now. Meteor Mashes are still going to add up in terms of damage, so we're going to go ahead and try to go for one Meteor Mash. He's going to be getting off a charge move. I think, again, I probably should have shielded right here. I needed this extra health with the Surf. And then we're going to go ahead and go for the Meteor Mash. Now, this is actually going to do a decent amount of damage, even though it's resisted by the Kyogre. As you guys can see, it's a little less than a quarter. Maybe actually it is just a quarter. So that's pretty good. And I'm like, okay, we could potentially win this right here. I'm going to save my shield because Melmetal needs the energy, and all I have to do is basically land a Rock Slide. We are in Rock Slide range, so I'm going to go ahead and go for one Rock Slide right here. This will be getting the shield, and then Superpower also does super effective damage, but I believe he's in the range for Rock Slide, and he's actually going to be able to finish me off with Dragon Breath alone. So good battle right there. Definitely should have used my shield either on the Melmetal or the Metagross, but we're going to go ahead and move into Game 3. And like I said, guys, Master League is no joke. Like, this is the most expensive, meta-dense league out there, and that's why it's not my favorite. I love Great League. You can use so many unique Pokemon, and it's really easy to get into some battles because you don't have to spend a lot of dust on the Pokemon that you use. But Master League, basically you need very good PvP, or very good IVs, those rating IVs, so like 100 IV, 98, 96, always wanting that 15 attack as well. But yeah, it's just so tough. Now we win lead, which is really good here. Now we have Melmetal coming in, and we're going to go ahead and go for Dragon Claw right here to do some extra chip damage, and then I'm actually going to swap into Metagross because I don't want the Melmetal to farm energy. That's the thing, is Melmetal is so deadly when it can farm energy. So what I've noticed now is basically Metagross needs to be able to take out this Garchomp, and because of Meteor Mash, it's actually going to hurt the Garchomp. So as long as this Garchomp is going for Earthquakes and we shield, I think we can win this fight. Things are looking pretty good for us. We still have Melmetal in the back, and we have a Dragonite to be able to sack swap on a charge move if we want to try to pull that off at the end as well. So we go for another Meteor Mash, we get another shield, which is perfectly fine for us. And then if this is an Earthquake and we shield successfully, we can farm a little bit more energy than required for Meteor Mash, and then go for the Meteor Mash to finish him off. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Meteor Mash. Now what I'm hoping is that I can get to a Meteor Mash before the Melmetal finishes me off with Superpower. Superpower is going to be neutral because of the Psychic Steel typing. So I'm hoping I can survive this, but I don't think I will. We are basically close enough, but it's a Rock Slide, which means I am going to be able to survive, and I'm going to be able to get to a Meteor Mash right here. Now, I think I go for Dragonite on the swap. Maybe I don't. No, I make him use his energy. Okay. So now we're sitting really, really good. We got the Melmetal down, and our own Melmetal can just come in right now and just do one Superpower. Even though we have no shields up, Superpower will not take us out from this range. It's not that strong in the mirror fight, but it's still going to do a decent amount. As you guys can see, about 50% on the first one, but he has no shields as well, so we're going to be able to win this battle right here. So having a decent amount of fun, but again, I feel limited for the fact that I don't have Dialga and Giratinas, so I would highly suggest, I'm going to keep echoing it this whole video, if you guys have the resources and the good IVs, it is worth investing in Dialga and Giratinas if you can. They're going to be very, very strong. Everyone will be running them, so on top of that, you want to have counters to them. Now, we have a really bad lead, Dragonite into Togekiss, so I'm going to go into the Metagross here. And then they have a Kyogre, so we are going to learn another lesson here. We're going to be going for Meteor Mashes, but what I learned from before, right, is I could do some decent damage, as you guys can see, with Meteor Mash, and Surf does quite a bit. So what I'm hoping to try to do here is win switch advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and invest a shield into Metagross, thinking I could finish off with Bullet Punch right here, that fast move. That is going to be a mistake because the Kyogre can do another Surf right here, and so we were almost able to take it out, and that was a mistake on my part. because I basically needed to win that with 2 shields, thinking I could sneak past the Kyogre. So things are not looking good for us. We're going to go ahead and go into the Dragonite. I know the Togekiss is coming in, so I need to build up a little bit of energy and then swap to the Melmetal, start building up as much energy as I can, and now we are in a mirror fight with shield disadvantage. So we only have 1 shield, he has 2 shields. And we're basically just going to go for Rock Slides all day long, because if I do a superpower, then it's basically over for me. So we're not going to shield as well. Oh, actually, I do shield. It is going to be a Rock Slide. So now he can basically go for superpower. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Rock Slide myself. I was thinking about another set of battles I did right after this. It was basically the same situation. Now he's definitely going for superpower right now. Because it's just, I'm unshielded, it's going to do a ton of damage. And then I'm going to try to go for a Rock Slide right here. And what I'm going to try to do is swap into Dragonite to soak a charge move. That's my only play. So we get a shield. I'm going to swap into Dragonite. We get his charge move, which is perfectly fine for us. Rock Slide I don't think will finish us off. No, it's superpower actually. And we're actually able to get a Dragon Claw. So we caught the superpower. And we are able to get off a Dragon Claw, which is going to do more damage, but then he's going to swap into the Togekiss. So now I'm like, I could potentially win this fight. All I need to do is get to a Rock Slide, but I can't. So it is over. Togekiss was able to farm us down. So that is a good 4th game right there. But again, what I'm noticing in Master League, everyone, is the fact that if you are towards the end game, and you're going to have a lot of mirror matches, Dialga versus Dialga, Metagross versus Metagross, Melmetal versus Melmetal, if you are at a shield disadvantage, it is so hard. So look to really master the use of your shields in the Master League. But we are moving into game 5 now. We have Dragonite lead versus Metagross. So this is not good for us. They're going to be resisting the damage, so we're just going to go into the mirror. And he instantly swaps into Giratina Origin. That couldn't have been a faster swap. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go for the Earthquake. Don't get the Earthquake. I should have gone for Meteor Mash. And I'm like, okay, don't be Shadow Ball. It's a Shadow Ball. I'm like, great. This is worst case scenario. That is not what you want to see. You want to try to land charge moves if you can. But my opponent did a fantastic job at basically farming me, or not farming me down, but going straight for the Shadow Ball and taking me out. So he goes for the Ominous Wind right here. We're not going to shield. We're going to build up a little bit more energy, go for the Dragon Claw now, hoping maybe he goes for the shield, but he's not going to bite. He's going to keep his shields for his Metagross and whatever he has in the back. So now we're basically back to square one, but I have under 50% HP and he has a Metagross. So what I'm going to try to do is go for the Draco Meteor here. Now he is able to get off a charge move. I'm like, okay, so we got a shield. I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor, hoping that I can land this, because it's still going to do quite a bit of damage, or get a shield. That's what I really want, is to get a shield. We land it, so I'm going into Melmetal now, and then he has a Snorlax. I'm like, okay, we have an opportunity to win this. As long as I don't get hit with an Earthquake, we are okay. If the Snorlax has Superpower, if the Snorlax has Body Slam and Outrage, as long as it's not Earthquake, we're going to be okay. So we're just going to go for Rock Slides right now, because I still need to put on Shield Pressure while doing damage. Rock Slide is still going to be neutral. And Superpower, if he does Body Slams or Earthquakes, we're going to go ahead and shield. It's Superpower. Thank the Lord this is a superpower Snorlax, because now that he's done it once, the damage will not be as much as you guys are going to see, and he's going to be double debuffed right now, so we have an opportunity to win this. Still going for Rock Slides, need to apply that pressure on the shields. We do get the shield, and now we see the swap, so I'm going to go into Dragonite, and we catch the Meteor Mash right here. So I am so hyped right now. Good thing I saved the Dragonite, and then we can bring in our Melmetal, and we're going to risk it. We're going to farm energy, because I have to get off 2 superpowers against this Snorlax. So we're going to get off the first one, and this is going to be doing unshielded super effective damage, but it's not going to be enough to take it out. And then we can go for another one instantly. So Melmetal coming in clutch there. I honestly think from the Pokemon that I have invested in Master League so far, Melmetal has been my #1. But again, I wish I had Dialga and Giratina's and Kyogre as well. Kyogre's great. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to let me know down in the comments how your guys' battles are going. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.